For most of you watching this video, this is the first and perhaps only note that you have ever sold. You'll want to understand what to expect when you sell your note, so today we will talk about the elements of pricing and the information that note buyers will be requesting from you. The first item that affects the price of your note is the type of property. All else being equal, a house note will receive a higher price than a note on a commercial property, mobile home, or a parcel of vacant land. Of course, regardless of property type, the elements below all play a big part too. Second, the higher the credit score of the new owner of the property, referred to as the payer, the more that you can expect to receive for your note. This is because a higher score and better credit history signify that the payer has the ability and willingness to make on-time payments. Third, a higher down payment from the payer means that they have more skin in the game and that there's more of an equity buffer for the buyer of the note. Next, seasoning is related to the down payment reasons, as it shows that the payer has a history of making timely payments. Fifth, nicer looking houses or buildings in good neighborhoods mean less risk for the note investor and a better price for you, the note holder. Other things that factor into pricing a real estate note are having properly prepared documents, a property value that's at least equal to the sales price, and on commercial notes, a personal guarantee from the payer. Now, let's go over some things that either make it harder to sell your note or that will mean a lower price offer. Small second or third liens behind the big first liens are difficult for most note buyers to buy. At Seascape Capital, we rarely buy junior liens. We can buy wraparound notes where any first lien notes are paid off when we close with you on the note sale. Mobile home notes without legally attached land carry more risks, and very few note investors will even look at those. If the payer has poor credit, we may still be able to buy the note, but the amount offered will be much lower than normal. In this situation, a partial, where you only sell some of the payments instead of the full note, is more feasible. Obviously, houses and buildings in a state of disrepair are more risky. The lack of upkeep demonstrates a lack of effort on the part of the owner and makes for weaker collateral. Raw land without structures, especially in rural areas, is less marketable than other note types, so it will receive lower offers. And lastly, local, state, and federal tax liens against the payer or land can cause title issues and affect the lien status of the note. Nearly all note sellers want to know early on how much they can expect for their mortgage note or deed of trust note. There's no precise formula or quick answer, but most notes are valued by mortgage note buyers at 70 to 90% of the note balance. So, a note with a balance of $100,000 will frequently be worth between $70,000 and $90,000. Now, a note on a great property with excellent payer credit and strong equity may get even more than 90%. On the other hand, a note with some of the challenges from the previous slide might only be eligible for either a lower offer or a partial. Worst case, note purchasing companies might not be willing to buy the note at all. In general, there are no absolute pricing guidelines, as any particular note buyer might have a different risk tolerance from others. Call 2 to 3 different note buyers and ask lots of questions of them, including their buying criteria, how long that they've been in business, and whether they are licensed real estate brokers in their state. Here is a simplified example of what can change and how much a note buyer could pay for a note. In this example, the big differences are that the buyer of property number 2 put in a smaller down payment and has much weaker credit. A note investor will see much less equity and more risk in number 2, so you can see that the offer price is $18,000 lower than it is for note number 1. The note holder on number 2 might want to consider only selling some of the payments on a partial so that he or she does not get hit with such a big discount. At Seascape Capital, we know that every note holder wants to get the best offer for their note. We strive to give every person the best price possible with the least amount of hassle. Call us if you have questions or complete the worksheet at the address shown. Thank you.